Hello, as Stephen said, I'm missing my partner, so I'd not met Dominic Jekyll before, and I still haven't. He was put together with me by Stephen, and he wrote to me saying that he had to go to do some work in America, and so that we would have to make some kind of arrangement for this evening by email. So he is in California. I think he's still there. He contacted me about a week ago. This was about 3 weeks into our collaboration, and to say that he'd got extra work in America and he couldn't come tonight. So what I've done is I'll explain a little bit about how far we had got. It's important to know that I'm a painter as my main occupation, but I write a lot too. But when I told Dominic this, he thought it might be an idea to work with the writing based on some paintings. So I chose the Picasso painting called Guernica. Do you know it? It's massive painting which was done as a riposte to a bombing in the town of Guernica in northern Spain in the Spanish Civil War. And Picasso had planned to do a large painting anyway in the 1937 Paris exhibition, but he didn't at the time have the theme that he was going to work on. But then this bombing happened, where the Germans and Italians bombed this small town in northern Spain, and it was a sort of to try out bombing techniques, which sounds terrible, just sort of saying that in a sort of cold-blooded way, but that's what did happen. So I was putting together ideas that I had writing about the bombing and the painting, and I'm quite interested in starting at that corner, which is the main thread, and then going miles away from the initial subject. So that's what I've done here. But Dominic chose some collages by an American artist called Robert Rauschenberg, who was painting in the 50s, 60s and 70s. And he sent me some collages by Rauschenberg, which look like things called telegrams. I don't know if anyone knows what they are, but before any kind of digital methods of communication were around, there was only the telephone writing letters, and then the quickest way were telegrams, and someone would come round to your house and give you this telegram, and you'd open it up, and it was very, 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 very short little phrases just to sort of get the main thrust across, like your auntie's just been run over, stop. After every little strip of paper, it would say stop, which meant sort of the idea that bit of information had stopped. And it goes on to another bit of information and it says stop. So what I've done is amalgamated Rauschenberg's comments on his telegrams, which were sent to me by Dominic Jekyll, and my comments on the painting and other things like that. Sorry, it's such a preamble, but I think it needed to be said. So it's just, and it's all jammed together like that, just sort of no punctuation, just a sort of, apart from in his comments, I've put them in italics with the word stop afterwards. It's probably a bit over-explained now, but and it's called Harlequins on the Moon, or The Telegram, or Stop. It was a dry run. The ministry accepted silver and other precious stones. Imposing smothers your muse, stop. They didn't have that when he was working. It happened to happen from Florida Audubon Bird Sanctuary with nesting birds at home, where a president said it would happen and then left, stop. 17 governments. It could have happened somewhere else at some earlier time, stop. The maps showed the advances across Vabman's largest construction built on sand, refusing scale, same size for 15 miles, stop. An ex-carpenter commanded a group and the lines wobbled on the paper, on the land, on the mountains, sparse and lush. Turkey buzzards exercising Audubon rights en roof, stop. He sent the telegram. This is a portrait of Iris Clert, if I say so. Being washed in and out of view by common ocean work hire, stop. Too many small arms. 6, yes, 6 light field guns until people are sidewalked, stop. The strips of paper have browned with age. On suspension like falling in still photo, stop. When I saw the painting, it was behind bulletproof glass. A bronze pregnant woman behind me. July the 15th, awake with information the day before in a single shape, stop. We will head for the oak tree in the village. In one day, Apollo 11 had digested me, stop. I'm told it survived the onslaught when the dry run ran dry at the bridge. At one moment, 3 were delivered dead to God in their capsule home, stop. You saw the painting in Paris when you laid lion cubs across your nonchalant knees. I was some of its muscle, stop. This grey and black place echoes with silent flatlands. Stop, and I don't believe that they are here, the Harlequins. Hooping cranes and man-made cranes share the flatlands. And I don't believe that they are here, the Harlequins, secreted in corners of the head. Peanut butter and jelly spreads on the perimeter, stop. Let's try it, see how the bombs work. Oranges kissed by the sun, crate up daily, stop. Tick, 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 tick-a-tick. All over the body of the horse, the newsprint spells out the story, or that's what I'm telling myself. Jungle training in Panamanian swamps for the moon? Stop. Go to the river screaming with that horse's incomprehensible tongue. Night again, back to the hill mosquitoes and the majestic bird, stop. Are there really Harlequins in this grey world? They are drowned in someone's narcissism. Still we are, still on chords, in the darkness. 3 who lived with the possibility and found the reality. Stop. His happenings were different from my happenings. The ground moves deeper, stop. We spin with the cars and the tumble dryers and the vats of oil. It was breathing, now half asleep, stop. Doom is at our backs. There are no players, just violins. The moon rose over it, stop. And touring the long-haired goat. Laundromats ingest their quarter coins, stop. The music is locked in the varnished wood. The fiddlers cast off by centrifugal force. In that there may be a future stop. The revered oak is still there unburned. The rest of us stare back at poisoned water. Thank you.